Hey everyone, and welcome to Julie's Cozy Living. It's almost March, which means it's time to slowly start preparing for spring. Today I'd love to take you along for a quiet afternoon as I get ready for the new garden season. What I will do is I will be making a simple list of what I'd like to grow this year, then I'll create a garden plan, and lastly I'm gonna go through my seed box to reorganize everything. Since this is the first garden video on my channel, I thought I would first give you a short tour of the garden, so you can see what it looks like before we start planning. This is the entrance to our garden. On the left there's a small plant table that I usually fill with spring bulbs every year. I will insert a photo here so you can see what it looks like. And on the right is my largest raised garden bed, which I built myself a few years ago. I know it doesn't look very impressive in winter, but I'll show a photo on screen so you can see it in summer when it's full and beautiful. Further into the garden, there's a little bench where we can sit and relax. We also have a small pond and flower borders here. And on the right you will find my 4 raised beds. And again I wanted to show you some pictures of how the garden looks in summer. Our garden isn't very large, but it has a bit of everything we love. A vegetable garden, flower borders and a small pond. I'm really grateful for that. At the back of the garden I have 2 smaller movable raised beds. When I first built my very first raised bed, I enjoyed it so much that I quickly wanted to expand. Before I knew it, every corner of the garden was being used. As you can see, there's still quite a bit of tidying up to do. Over the next month, I'm planning to share more garden videos, including a spring garden cleanup. If you like to follow along, feel free to subscribe to my channel. It's still quite chilly outside, so I'm heading back indoors. Now that you've seen what the garden looks like, I'm going to start making a plan for what I'd like to grow this year. I'm also planning to do a bit of a deep clean of my seed collection. When I first started gardening, I was so enthusiastic that I bought far more seeds than I had space for, which I think many gardeners can relate to. Some of these seeds are now past their expiration date and may no longer be viable, so it's time to sort through everything. First, I will start by writing down all the vegetables I would like to grow this year. Making this list helps me see everything clearly before transferring it into my garden plan. This year I'd like to keep things a little simpler, fewer different vegetables, but a bit more of each kind. Now that I have my list, I will begin working on the layout. I created a very simple design in Canva for this. I hope it's easy to follow. I will start with the 4 raised beds. The 2 beds at the back both have trellises. Something I always try to do, I would gently recommend, is to make good use of the space in front of the trellis before planting summer crops. Before tomatoes and cucumbers go in around May, there's still some time to grow something quick, like radishes and arugula. I usually sow those first, and once they are harvested, the summer vegetables take their place. Next, I will move on to planning the large raised bed and the 2 smaller movable ones. The reason I'm drawing these grids is because my raised garden beds are divided into squares. This method is called square foot gardening. The idea behind it is that by using high quality soil and planting a variety of vegetables close together, you can grow more food in a smaller space. The large bed also has a trellis, but I won't be sowing early crops there, since it doesn't receive enough sunlight at the beginning of spring, only from mid-April and onwards. In one of the smaller beds, I'm thinking of planting potatoes, and in the other one, a zucchini plant. Now that the planning is finished, it's time to go through my seed collection and to remove anything that is far past its expiration date. Some seeds that are only 1 year out of date I will set aside to test their viability. I will show you in a moment how I do that. After sorting everything, I will also check what I still have and what I might need to purchase, and I'll make a small list of those as well. Besides the main seed box that I just sorted out, I also have 2 other boxes with more seeds, including some that I harvested myself. I will go through these as well. As promised, I will quickly show you how to test whether older seeds are still viable. All you need is a small container and some damp paper towel. Place the seeds in rows on the moist paper towel and label them clearly. Then cover them with another damp layer, place a lid or some plastic wrap on top and check back in about a week to see which seeds have sprouted. It's a simple way to avoid wasting space in the garden. Lastly, I wanted to show you the result of my boxes nicely organized. And that's it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed this quiet afternoon of planning and found it helpful in some way. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you again in the next video.